And we back, baby. It's time. Feeling Good Podcast, episode 308. Thank you for Cientell for coming through.
Yeah.
Who do we have today? We got our bodyguard making sure everything is right. Now, when I met Cientell, that's how you say it, right? Cientell? Cientell, yeah. So when I met you at, I think it was the Hamtramck show. You were real reserved. I think you were starting music. I think it was about a year in.
Yeah.
So here we are, maybe 2 years in for your music. Where do you before we get started on all the goods and gads,
Yeah.
where do you feel like your music has gone, in the past year?
Shoot, in the past year, I think it has gotten better. I'm now more in my element now.
Yeah.
So my style is mainly R&B fused with hip hop. So my album's coming out December 31st. So I'm excited about that.
We got the speaker. We might have to play them a little sample. Let them get a little preview of it.
Yeah, for sure. It's on my website right now for pre-order. It's called Hourglass. So it's self-produced. I think my dad produced like one track off of it, but everything else, 10 tracks, I produced them all.
Did you say your dad produced it?
Yeah, just
one track.
Yeah.
But at least he produced one. That's crazy to say that you can have that conversation of, my dad's a producer.
Yep.
And he produced a piece of my a work. What going back, how did your dad get involved? Do you is that how you kind of like navigated through into music?
Well, the thing is, like years ago, I'll say about 10 years ago, I started out just doing like dancing, choreography for other artists, and he took me under his wing. He's not my biological dad; he's my spiritual dad or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but he was like, you know what? You're very talented. I want to push you as much as I can. And then years later, as we are here now, he's like, if you want to get into production, producing your own music, if you want to learn how to engineer all that good stuff, I'm here for you. I got you. So, we did a lot of stuff in the studio, did some song selection. I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to put my own debut album out. So that's what I did. He got me producing my own music, like coming up with instrumentals, how to put together instrumentals, how to mix and master, all that good stuff. So I do have, there's a studio I work with in Southfield, Mix Factory Studios. So they pretty much mixed and mastered, engineered the tracks, and pretty much as far as the composing the music, that's all me.
Yeah.
Writing the lyrics, vocal arrangement, all that, it's all me.
Nice. So you're originally from Detroit?
Yeah, Detroit. Yeah.
So talk about growing up, do you feel like there was a lot of outlets, for artists to, really thrive?
Honestly, yes. It still is till this day.
Detroit is the Mecca,
It is. Till this day, it is like the Mecca, like you said. And also growing up, I grew up on a lot of artists. I had the chance of working with Aretha Franklin as a dance understudy before she passed away. I worked with her. It was brief, but I had an experience of working in the industry. I met Whitney Houston on the set of Sparkle. I was an extra on Sparkle, so I met her there. But growing up, I had influences such as Michael Jackson, of course, Whitney Houston before I met her. My grandmother, she really inspired me because she owned a restaurant in Detroit, and she always sung in church. And the moment I heard her on the radio singing, it was AM station, 1440. I heard her singing on the radio. I was like, Grandma, that's you. She's like, that's me. But she was like singing, I guess they broadcasted in a church or whatever, and her voice was on the radio. I was like, damn, that is so nice. And when she passed, God rest her soul, she passed, and actually before she passed, I told her over the phone, I was like, Grandma, I'm about to start a music career. I'm about to start singing. She was like, I'm proud of you. Go for it. And then when she passed, I was like, everything I do is a dedication to her.
It's almost like a spirit is inside you from her still.
Yeah.
Do you think, when she was alive, do you think that, she knew at some point at all that you were going to be into music?
Not necessarily. I guess because I kept it to myself.
Yeah.
I was nervous about it, because I learned so much about the music industry, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready. It's
scary. It's scary at the same time.
Yeah. So.
I think you know what? I think I was watching a bootleg Kev. He interviewed PNB Rock, and PNB Rock is talking about, you know, when he gets signed to the label, you know, that they pretty much take complete control over your social medias, your YouTubes, your finances, and pretty much make it, you know, to the point where you're almost handicapped. You know, you're handcuffed to release your content, and it's crazy that some labels would allow that, you know, with such stars. Do you think, you know, following your music and, you know, as you continue to grow and you know, be seen in the area and all over, do you feel like independence is where you want to stay, or do you feel like you're open to, you know, some type of any type of record label?
Yes and no. I love the freedom of having all your rights to your music, producing your own music. You don't have to go out to third party producers, and I want to have that option to build my own team, because I know it takes money. Everything takes money, of course, but building your own team and staying independent, you can like build from the ground up, and you can offer opportunities to other artists. So I do love being independent, but you know, if ever there was a label that I want to negotiate something, I would like to start my own label first.
Oh wow, yeah, that'd be really awesome.
And then go into, you know what I mean, like an agreement with them, like, hey, we'll share the rights, we'll share, you know. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to signing a label, but I know I'll have to like read the fine print.
And I think that's really inspirational. You know, when you talk about, you know, almost because your story, you know, not only have you been kind of, you know, touched a little bit with, you know, being around these stars like Aretha Franklin and Whitney Houston. I feel like that's almost like it opens up the gate, you know, to potential you seeing that, like how they seen in you. You could see that light and that brightness in another artist that's coming up.
For sure, yeah. I mean, just being around them and other artists too. Like even when I was on tour as a dancer with Tunde Alaniran, he's from Flint. I was on tour with him for years. I met so many people. I met Lizzo before she was on. I met Tinashe. I seen all these other artists, and I'm like, you know, it wasn't that I was intimidated by it, but I was like, you know what, let me just think about this. Like, do I really want to be in the music industry, or do I just want to stay in the background, you know, as a dancer or whatever? But I'm just like, you know what, I'll go for it, try it out, and then I would say maybe like, it's been like 6 years since I've been doing music, but this is like my first album I'll be releasing this year. So, yeah.
And we're going to get back to that. I do want to have a public service announcement. The 22 Challenge is an active challenge that you can participate in. If you don't know what the 22 Challenge is, every single day, 22 veterans and active duty service members commit suicide. So you can take that a little bit of time, you know, whether it's 22 minutes of jogging, 22 minutes of burpees, 22 push-ups, whatever the case may be. Tag #22 Challenge for vets, and you know, definitely you can make some awareness. You know, it doesn't take much. You know, I'm doing it every single day, so if you want to do it, tag me. We'll definitely, you know, raise some more awareness. So talk about, you know, being a dancer.
Well, I mean, it started, I would say, in high school. I always loved dancing in high school or whatever. I graduated from Oak Park High School, Oak Park, Michigan. And I did this talent show, and I was dancing, and I won the talent show from doing that. And then after that, after graduating,
like what kind of dancing? Like jazz dancing? Like
no, it's mainly like hip hop dance.
Anything? Oh, hip hop.
Hip hop. Yep. And then when I went to Oakland Community College, I studied dance there.
Yeah.
I took ballet, jazz, dance, modern dance, and then after that, I got into this dance company. It's called Art Lab J, and it was from the originator of it. She's from New York, so she came here to Detroit to start a dance company. I did that for a few years. I would travel back and forth from here to New York, like when I was single, no kids, whatever. I used to just like go and travel back and forth to take dance classes there in New York. I went to Alma Ailey, Broadway Dance Center. I met a whole lot of people, and I kind of built my career around what I love, you know, dance.
Yeah.
And then, shoot, I read it to a lot of artists, you know, and that's how I got picked up the opportunity with Aretha Franklin. And yeah, that's pretty much how my career in entertainment started, was for being a dancer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where are some crazy places that you got to go for dancing?
Crazy places. Shoot, that's a good question. When I was on tour with this artist and we opened up for Lizzo, and I got to meet her. I think that was like so awesome. Like, I didn't know who Lizzo was until when I see her like a couple years back, and I'm like, dang, like
she was hot.
She was.
Yeah, my daughter loves her.
Yeah. So that was cool. Meeting Tinashe, I met her. I remember when the craziest thing was when I was a go-go dancer at Club Blue. That's in downtown Detroit. And I read it to Beyonce's dancers, the Lay Twins. I don't know if you're familiar with the Lay Twins.
I'm familiar with them, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
know much about them.
Yeah, it's two guys. They're pretty much like Beyonce's main dancers. I met them at Club Blue, and that was so cool to see them. But it's like, you never know who you'll run into. Yeah. So it's just like, you know, me, I always put myself out there to like network and meet up with people. So I always run into people and got opportunities like that. You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone to New York one time, and I know I would love to go back. The dollar pizza, what was it, $1.50 pizza? Ooh!
Slices are like
man, it is like a full plate. It is like, you been to New York?
No, I went to Chicago.
Oh my!
You talk about that pizza?
No, Chicago pizza ain't got nothing on New York pizza.
And that's a fact.
Size wise,
you got literally. I'm telling you, man. You got to go to New York. I got people. There's literally a high top bar, a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of hot sauce, and you literally can just get. You got all types of people just standing and eating and mingling and talking and just.
Yep.
It's a vibe, bro.
Yeah,
it is a
vibe.
Street.
Like, you just meet people.
Chicago is cool. I fuck with Chicago. I do fuck with Chicago.
We went up in there. I seen a
But the pizza game, sheesh, New York, you got it.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry, no. Because when I went to Chicago, I seen the pizza look like you had to freaking tie down the pizza box to the roof of the car.
That's
a pizza right there.
That's a pizza.
One slice of pizza was the size of your average large pizza. Like
I don't know if it's that big.
It is.
All I know is we went to Joe's Pizza where the fucking Spider-Man was fucking made.
Oh,
that
really?
shit was awesome. Awesome.
You know what, honestly? The only thing I like about downtown Detroit, they filmed Batman vs. Superman, the Transformers.
Yeah.
They shot all that down there.
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't know that a lot. I guess there are a lot of scenes have been done in Detroit. I was thinking more of like the Mark Wahlberg in the sand dunes and that Transformers.
Yeah.
No, this one was the second one, I believe, if I'm correct, with that little goofy boy. The kid that played in Holes, started in Holes.
Oh, no,
you're not a gamer?
Not really. Not like him.
No.
He know more about games than me.
All right, so we gotta ask. Even though I know. What don't you love about the PlayStation?
That's all on here. You gotta.
It's lame. I'm honestly look. I'm gonna be real with you. As long as I can remember, PlayStation loves hogging every freaking video game.
Oh no, you're loud. We're feeling good.
All right.
You feeling good?
They steal every fucking video game, and they're like, "Look, this is ours. Y'all can't have that." But then what they do? A couple years later, they go off and try to buy Bungie because they want Halo, but they failed to realize Bungie no longer produces Halo, so they basically screwed themselves out of that one.
Yeah.
But then let's look at you seen that? You ever played that Marvel's Avengers game?
Yeah.
What's the difference between them both from PlayStation to Xbox?
Not much.
Yes, there is.
I think a little bit of the graphics. If you got a newer, I don't know.
Talk about character-wise.
I ain't played it on the PS. I played it on the Xbox.
Okay, so with PlayStation, you get Spider-Man up in it. Xbox, you don't get it.
Oh.
Yeah, they stingy. They literally tried to prevent Microsoft from purchasing Activision because they wanted to make sure their PlayStation buyers are still getting exclusives for the game, while us Xbox people, we don't get nothing. But then they complain about what Xbox is doing. Explain to me what the hell's Xbox doing wrong?
Did you ever like Xbox or PS4?
When I was
What about PlayStation 1 and 2?
Come
on, you was out there at GameStop waiting. You got it for Christmas in 02.
No. See,
it.
I'm not trying to put this on me. My childhood wasn't. I didn't get shit from my childhood.
But,
I didn't get anything.
As you grew up,
But my mother had me and my oldest brother on SSI, and she went off one day and bought the very first PlayStation. I played it once or twice, just do the Royal Rumble boxing because I thought the Afro Thunder. Yeah, that was fun.
Oh yeah.
And then there was NASCAR. It was like it was like a Mario NASCAR game where you had like power ups and stuff like this, like tornadoes you could throw at other cars. I played that, but then the first time I jumped on an Xbox and I started playing Halo was the day I fell in love. I'm like, the hell with PlayStation. I'm looking at these graphics. These graphics are dope. And from then on out, I was like, fuck it.
So how come you don't game? If he games so much, you never wanted to be like, hey babe, let's dual screen and jump on 40.
Honestly, she did for a bit. Yeah. When I had my Xbox 360, she would literally jump on the controller and play some Dragon Ball Z Rage and Blast with me.
And I mean, it's not that video game is bad or anything. It's not. It's fun, but it's just like I have other hobbies. I have other things to do.
You got other Dude,
so
I trained her so well in this game. She started kicking my ass.
Oh shit! What game?
Rage and Blast 2.
Oh, Rage and Blast.
Dang.
I even had the DLC characters. I would pick these DLC characters because you could pick a basic fucking character. You are not destroying that DLC.
Yeah.
She wrecked me. I'll least have to 90% of that match. I'll let her get her way. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get this in the end. I'm gonna just wipe the floor with her.
You never pulled off. Let her get a dub.
I tried to literally come back. No, hold on. I literally tried to come back with me to having a quarter of a bar of health left, and she'll still whoop my ass. I'm like,
yeah. It's kind of like once you're a gamer, it doesn't leave you. Because I know when I was younger, I played video games.
Yeah.
That's because I was a kid. I didn't. When you were a kid, it's like you're either in the house, outside, or in school. So it's like, well, okay, whatever.
But she got to saying video games are for kids. I'm like, how?
And,
how are they? They literally
you gotta
make
have
for
a
adults.
little bit of a child in you, adult, I guess, to want to play. For me, I definitely agree with that. I can be a child. I want to just chill. I want my wife to bring me the food. I want to be. I want to just chill. I want to take a nap. I want to take a nap on her lap. I want to just,
let me ask you ever play Grand Theft Auto 5?
Oh, yes.
Have you ever went into the strip club in Grand Theft Auto 5 and got your personal lap dance?
Of course.
And now, explain to me how
everybody has gotten some head.
No.
Grand Theft Auto.
But let me ask you this. How is that for kids?
Oh, it's not. It says 18 and up. It says mature.
Literally, babe, I tried to tell you, you can go into the strip club in Grand Theft Auto 5, get a lap dance. These, I don't know what they would be called. The what would you call them?
A dance?
No, the characters in it. The NPCs?
I guess.
Will literally come in no time, no night. You seeing nipples, aureolas, everything. You name that for you. You tell me a kid that can play that. Now let's go back to Call of Duty 2.
I think all of them say mature, 18 and up. Mm-hmm. You gotta have an adult to buy it.
I played with the new one. I played the zombies mode on it. Yesterday, my controller started acting up, so my whole game froze. She was like, "That's what you get for killing innocent people." I'm like, how's the zombies innocent people? They're already. You can't kill something that's already dead.
that man Trevor in Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah, he was a fucking.
He is ruthless. So it's like if they allowed him, hey, kids can see it.
That's the same guy that was in Walking Dead. He was part of the squad.
Yeah. Makes you think. Did he get the role off of Walking Dead, or did Walking Dead get him?
Yeah, or is he really like that in real life?
Yeah.
You never seen Trevor? I've seen Trevor snort gasoline.
Oh my god! Yeah, that. So
he had a sponge, literally soaked in gas. You could walk up to the table, grab the thing, pass out, and wake up somewhere else. It was some funny stuff.
If you had one game, what would you play?
One game?
Like Dance Dance Revolution. You getting some Guitar Hero?
That's lame.
She was more like, honestly, she was more of a Mario Kart.
He asked me the question.
Mario Kart's dope.
Yeah.
He said, I know my lady. I know. She loves Mario Kart.
One game I would pick for sure would be Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
And I don't think they have no Xbox.
Yes, they do.
Who you picking for a character? This is like Cientell's character.
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
I'll wreck that ass.
Yeah.
I'm going with that Terminator.
I like what's dude's name with the crazy hat? Raiden?
No.
Right,
There's a lot of people in there.
He had that blue eyes and he would just
he
can't
came
think
in,
of
the
his
Thunder
name.
God.
Yeah, he was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Madden and I grew up playing Madden 2K, but I know you don't like Fortnite. It's like a child. It's a child's Call of Duty. But man, I love it. I love it. You ever play Fortnite with him?
I don't play Fortnite.
And all you ain't never tried it?
No.
You ain't never played it a little bit and said, "Oh, this is."
My girls like Minecraft. Minecraft. I think every kid out
It was
here
a
likes
Minecraft. It was Roblox.
Yeah, I don't like Minecraft.
Yeah, Roblox. Yeah.
I like to call it Roblox. If you actually look at it just right, it says Roblox. If you actually look at it differently, it says Roblox, not Roblox.
Roblox.
It's ROBLUX.
Yeah.
Roblox. Roblox.
Yeah, nope. Keep that shit away from me. And mostly like a couple years back, I started playing my career in 2K. Then it just got too easy on her. I was showing her. I'm like, baby, look, I'm about to go for my 4th title in a row. Sweeping everybody.
He said if LeBron can't win like this, there's nothing to say.
With the same team. She'll tell you, I literally stuck with the same team through the whole thing. I'll start out as a bench warmer. And just make it to where I'll score 120, 130 points just in a single game.
So how did y'all meet? Talk about that.
So yeah, it was on the movie set in Flint. It was like in 2014, 15.
Yeah.
And then
Coming up on 10 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. It is 25.
And well, this is the part where it gets funny. The guy she was working for on this movie set calls me up. I was in Flint at the time at my little place I like to hang out at. Hey, Chris, I'll give you $20. I need you to take someone back home. Like, where they going? Detroit. All right, I'm on my way. She get in the car. Do you mind if we stop at Great Lakes Crossing for a minute? Because I bought this jacket and they forgot to take the security tag off.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So we went up in there. I stopped in one of my favorite stores, which was Finish Line at the time. And I noticed what she was wearing on her feet. I'm like, no.
And then he went and bought me a pair of shoes.
Nice.
Like some Converses. They were purple.
And the money the dude gave me for that to drop her off is what I used to buy her shoes.
Yeah.
They were like $20. Like, this ain't shit.
Yeah. Then a year and a half after that, he got married, and then.
You ever been to Johnny Rockets?
Yeah, it's fire.
At Great Lakes Crossing?
We went
That's
in
where our first date
Florida.
was. That's where our first date was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Johnny Rockets. That's a good spot. They got good fries.
Yeah.
Good tater tots.
Fries.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Cientell being an artist? What do you think is the biggest growth since seeing her start?
I'd say just keep following her dreams. I gave up on mine. So if there's someone I'm with and the person I was with loves what she's doing, go for it. Follow it. Don't do me. Don't be like me. Just keep going. Rather you make money, it's not about the money. Even if you don't get big, you're leaving something behind for our kids to remember you by. They can't hear your voice anymore. They can always turn your records on and hear your voice. She knew what my goal was when we and her first got together. And at the time, I'm like, well, if I do this, well, me and her are gonna be done with her. It's gonna be no fucking way this is gonna work out. Because I'm gonna be on the road for like 300 days out of a year. I'm like, it's not gonna work.
Damn, what were you doing?
The doctor I used to work for offered to pay my scholarship to go into wrestling school.
Damn, okay.
And it was going to be to the OVW. And then like I said, I wanted kids. You can't have kids and be on the road 300 days a year. You're missing everything they're going to be part of.
Yeah.
And then also that you're taking that risk on, am I going to get hurt? If I get hurt, it's just going to end my career. How long am I going to be out? Now, if I heal up, am I going to be back to where I'm supposed to be?
Right.
So I made that judgment call, like I'm going to give it up. This is not going to be worth all the stress and the hassle for it.
Yeah.
And so she told me about her music. It wasn't our first day. Me and her were hanging out at one time, and she brought up the fact that she was like, "Nah, I gotta raise the funds to had my CDs burnt for me so I could start selling them. I'm like, how much you need? She told me how much.
Yeah.
I was driving down the road. Pull out the wall and start flipping. Here, go get your things made. She's like, cool, can you take me over there right quick?
Yeah, but when CDs were popping, I sell CDs, you know. So,
It's because it's so windy out. Stuff bang.
but yeah, the CDs were popping. I was just selling CDs, and he was always in support of what I did. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's huge to have that support.
Now I think she'll only support me in my video games. I'll be all right.
I do.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she does. Yeah, an artist and having that support is really so valuable. You know, even if because even though I feel like at the end of the day, like he's someone that's gonna give you honest review and honest feedback, each and every time. So I feel like it's good to have that, where you guys can see her vision, and then especially leaving behind a legacy for your kids. That's it's always special. That's one of the things I love. Is the YouTube. YouTube ain't going nowhere. It's only gonna get bigger and bigger, and people are gonna want to fucking be a part of it more and more, and subscribe earlier, and and I feel like it's gonna be one of those things where it's on there for life.
They need to go back to where it used to be though. Ad-free YouTube. The heck, freaking those ads were retarded.
Free YouTube is the YouTube free?
No, I mean it is,
You want
but
the ad, like,
to get rid of the ads, you gotta pay for that.
Oh yeah, it's ways to make money. I think there's like they were talking about in the NBA, right? Like charging like $30 a month for you to be able to hear the conversations of all these NBA players. Like mic'd up. So you can know what's going on in LeBron James' head, in the final Game 6.
Him crying and shit.
Whatever the case may be. It's just like it's like one of those things where it's like they're gonna make money on it, some way or another. And I think it's smart to capitalize.
Honestly, I don't think it would be.
No?
Nah, because let's look at the New England Patriots when Tom Brady was playing. Just imagine how many Super Bowls he won by getting information from the sidelines, from the opposite team's bench. There's always things around you. How are you gonna get away from that? People are gonna know what your game plan is before the game even starts. So I don't think it would be. I think that would be the dumbest idea to ever do. But then again, I think the league's been rigged for some time now anyway.
Oh, it's entertainment. Yeah. It's entertainment for sure.
Like when I was working, me and the guys always used to talk about how teams that are winning games and like where were they last year? How are they doing this now? Where were they last year? They sucked last year. How they go from sucking to being the #1 team in the league? I'm like, it makes no sense. Like it takes years to craft your skill and work as a damn team. It don't take over into the season and during the summer when the game's not playing to become an A1 team. It don't work that way.
Yeah.
I mean, let's look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan didn't come into the league just started winning freaking games. Like it took him a couple years before he even started winning championships.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
You gotta shout out the young guys in Indy though. Indiana Pacers. They just made it to the championship round. I think they play tonight. They play against the Lakers for the in-season tournament they just had.
Oh, I hope the guy they whooped the Lakers.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
I want to see LeBron. I want to see LeBron James run off the court again, crying.
Either way,
I hurt my ankle.
Yeah, first and second. I think first and second place both get prize money too. So it's nice for those players that are on like they got like 3 two-way contracts. So like they got like players that definitely could need the money and use the funds.
Honestly, do you honestly believe they need the money?
Oh, for sure.
These guys are making millions.
Not all of them.
Some of them.
Yeah,
Not I'd say maybe about.
Not the ones on the 10-day contract.
They have 10-day contracts.
Yeah, they can do that.
Yeah, it's basically I give you 10 days, 10 games. Usually 10 games to figure it out, or 10 days, to figure it out. And you might have 3 games in there. You might have 4 or 5 practices, 6 practices, maybe more, 10 practices probably. But yeah, it's crazy. They signed Detroit Pistons. They signed J. Cole to a 10-day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do. Let's not get on the Pistons. They already done pissed me off.
Oh yeah, it's
When
they're going for the worst. I think they're going for a record, the worst team ever.
When you got rid of
Even though we're not the worst team, it's just the worst record.
When you get rid of Andre Drummond for money, you have a fucking problem you need to fix. That man wanted to be the franchise player of the team, and you got rid of him. Get rid of some of those chumps you got sitting on the bench collecting paychecks, and they ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
And they ain't trying to improve. Come on, we had one of the worst records in NBA history right now.
It's upsetting. It's upsetting as a Pistons fan to kind of see it all unfold. You're like, damn, they'd have lost again. Like I seen a blog. It said they weren't gonna win until possibly late January, possibly early February.
And they ain't say one.
The first win. This was like 3 weeks ago, and they still ain't won. It's like, holy smokes! They started off 2-1, and they're currently like 2-21.
That's like, and a lot of people don't agree to it. The Pistons got screwed when they were supposed to go for they repeat.
Oh yeah,
against
Robert
the
Horry.
Spurs.
Robert Horry was the issue.
We got screwed. We know damn well the Spurs couldn't beat us. They got to beat us for fucking foul calls that weren't even fouls, but they were fouling us, but nothing was called. Like, explain that to me.
Oh yeah, we could talk about the Pistons runs and how LeBron's takeover kind of just slowly transcended, but yeah, that's a whole other. That is a rabbit hole we would dive down.
And should I probably get a phone call from LeBron James like, man, why are you dogging me? Motherfucker, you ain't shit.
No, I love LeBron. LeBron James the GOAT.
I'm not. No, he's not. He's a fucking crybaby.
I don't know.
The man's a crybaby. Oh, we lost the finals. You should come. Oh, my Achilles is torn.
What you think, Cientell? What you think? Is it LeBron James not the GOAT, or is he the GOAT?
He's no.
I don't think he's the GOAT.
Not the GOAT?
He's a good player.
You
I
can't-
would say he's the GOAT.
Who you put as the GOAT? MJ? You putting MJ in there?
No, you can't put MJ in there
He
either.
asked me.
Yeah.
Well, still,
I would say the GOAT. I would say the GOAT probably is Kobe.
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 R.I.P. Kobe. Yes. Kobe's special.
I got top 3 plays. Kobe will always be number 2. He'll always be number 2. Mine would be one of the original bad boys.
Who you
Would be
putting?
number 1.
Who?
Give me a minute. I gotta remember his name. I got his jersey at the crib too.
Green Hill?
No, I do got that jersey. Yeah, but no.
Joe Dumars.
No.
Joey D.
No.
Couldn't.
The other guy. I don't got Dumars jersey at home.
Bill Lambier?
Man, you know what jersey I'm talking about.
Isaiah Thomas?
Isaiah. To me, he would be number 1.
You think he's the best?
Yes.
I think Magic Johnson's better than Isaiah Thomas.
Magic Johnson was too busy giving women head and catching HIV to even worry about the damn game too much.
And boy, was he special when he was on the court. You can't take away the talent. Whatever that man did out behind closed doors,
To me,
or open doors and allowed other doors to open, and you know.
See, this is the reason why I made Kobe number 2, and he was. Don't get me wrong, he was the best of all time.
Yeah.
He if he wasn't on the court, he was still on the court. He made everybody clear basketball was his goal. Yeah. Nothing else mattered. They tried to pull him off with raping that white chick. I'm like, I don't believe that shit. They're always trying to knock somebody off the top when he's on top. So they'll try to find other ways to knock him off. That man was not trying to screw women. That man was married to one of the hottest female NBA wives of all time, in my opinion. He was the best. Magic Johnson was not thinking about the game when he wasn't on the court. He was thinking about getting head and giving head. I watched the series. The man was basically what we would call these days a man-hoe.
Yeah.
Look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. When he wasn't on the court, he was still thinking about the court. At the time, Magic wasn't.
But putting up the numbers that he did, impacting that he did, the winning that he did.
But Kobe did the same thing.
Oh,
they
for
called
sure.
him a ball hog, but at least he proved he could play the damn game.
Oh, for sure. I can't take away from Kobe, but you can't knock away that LeBron will put a postal worker. He'll put a postal worker at USPS and turn him into a 6-man. in a year and a half.
Let's look at the facts. He's a fucking crybaby.
LeBron?
LeBron.
Oh, big
this
time,
the man.
big
It's
time.
the same man who made sure that
But that's the league we in.
Yeah, but check this out though, man. You
It's
don't
an entertainment league.
I get it.
He just got a flopping call,
But-
right? He just got a flopping call on a technical, for flopping.
But
So now he ain't gonna do that as much, right? Boom, corrected that. Now he's gonna be able to get other calls less and less.
But let's look at the simple fact. He created the team he was on.
Yeah.
And then when he didn't win, he looked at the Lakers higher ups. Y'all fix this before I leave. Motherfucker, you created the problem.
Yeah.
You wanted your boys on the team and you realize your boys suck or not management's the problem. No, you're the problem. It's, man, up to your own mistakes. Stop blaming everybody else.
Yeah, he's got a way of getting what he wants for sure.
Like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Like James Harden. James Harden is like 3-0 in trades right now.
Yeah, but again, James Harden has proved in his worth. He didn't cry when he lost. He didn't run off the freaking court at in game 6 or game 7 of the finals. Oh, we lost, man. Fuck you guys. This ain't my fault. It was your fault. You ain't as big as you think you are. He's literally sat down in the middle of an interview with someone asking, so do you feel like you got any competition out here? This motherfucker literally like, nah, I'm the greatest player in the world. In what category? Because Steve Nash would run circles around your ass in his prime. Any old school player that played when you could get fucking elbowed in the fucking ribs and not a foul call to still play on, those were real players. You cry because the season's too long. But this season's have been going on since before you were born.
Right.
So stop complaining. If you can't play the game like the way it is, go somewhere else. Go play with the women, so you can feel like a dominant player.
Have you seen videos of the Serbia basketball?
Mm-mm.
It is electric. They said, "Hey, how do you feel about the fans booing you tonight?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm from Serbia," and literally it shows a video of like Serbia basketball, and it's just, whoa! And the whole crowd, everybody is doing it, and it's just like it's almost like a soccer game on steroids, and it's basketball in Serbia, and I'm like, holy smokes! Going to see, I'm sure you would agree. Going to these other places, they've got some crazy cultures that you're like, wow, this is completely different than what I'm used to. This is hypest at its finest.
This happened a long time ago. I had black Irish in my blood, and I always thought, I'm like, I wonder what it would feel like if we went to Ireland. And I'll finally get to step foot. How would I feel about that? Knowing what's running through my veins. Would I feel at home? Would I want to leave? I mean, the cult, like what you said, different cultures are different. You don't know what you're missing until you get there.
Are you as big into sports as he is?
No.
Not at all.
No, I'm not.
I guess you already know I'm a wrestler. I watch wrestling too. There's a lot of things I see. I'll be like,
yeah, dance is powerful. I remember a girl, Emily, that I used to grow up with, and she did that dance every single day, like kind of like you were talking about, it was like I feel like it was hip hop, but it was also like just the gymnastics portion, this portion, and it was just like everything. And I'm just like mind blown. I'm like, and then here my kids, they're growing up and they want to be in gymnastics, and it's like, man, I want them to be in gymnastics, but I don't know if I want them to, dedicate their own, because it's so much dedication. How old are your kids?
Kids are 4 and 7.
Have you put them in gymnastics at all, or?
My 4-year-old, I asked her the other day. She was like, yeah. She likes it. I see her flipping around the house. I see her. She has upper arm strength like no other. Like, she's only 4. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And she climbs on. I think at like maybe 2 or 3. Like I take her to the playground and she'll just keep climbing up like on the 5, 6, 7-year-old play skate. I'm like, wow. So I'm gonna definitely get her in the gymnastics. The 7-year-old, she likes to paint. She likes to draw.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's, even though there's no pressure, I feel like there's pressure. It's like, not only do you gotta like lead by example, but you gotta, set them up. But where do you feel the dance? Do you feel like you know, that helped you with music, with you know, kind of making decisions?
Dance did definitely help me be more. It taught me discipline because, you know, as a dancer, you have to learn coordination and memory and consistency. So that plays a part in music because I mean, you dance to music, so it's like when you're actually the creator of the music now. It's kind of like it helps you to. Helps you with creativity more and with just being able to like what gels together. Like when I make music with the mindset of, is it going to gel well with someone who would like to dance to my song, or someone who would like to, you know, feature somewhere. It has to, like, you know, it's kind of like it helps me make better decisions with what type of music to make. So yeah, I feel like dance and music does coordinate together. I mean, it's hand in hand.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What do you feel? Well, where do you feel? You know, in 2024, you want? Do you want to, you know, have your I guess you and the label be started, you know, ASAP, or something like you're figuring out later on down the road?
Yeah, I definitely will figure that out later on down the road. I do have like other ventures I'm trying to get into. I'm not gonna put it out there yet.
Yeah.
But just for now, I'm just focusing on just getting my music out there, just getting it out there on a global stance. Like anybody from all over the world, I feel like can relate to my music for sure.
Who do you feel? You know, somebody listens. Is there any like common similarities that you think that, you know, you've gotten?
I would say, maybe if you listen to artists like her, she definitely. I feel like we have a similar vibe. I don't know. It's kind of a tough question, but I would just say like.
Yeah, that's good then. That just makes it, you know, so your sound is that much more unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't try to sound like anyone else or be in comparison to others, but I am inspired by other artists. But you know, I take what I am inspired by from them and I kind of
implement it in what you know.
Yeah.
Where do you feel? You know, you're most like your grandma. You know, do you feel like your singing is up there yet, or do you feel?
It's getting there. Like her, I mean, she was in gospel music, so. My music is, you know, I wouldn't say that I'm ever gonna get in the gospel. I don't think that's my avenue, but I mean,
never make a track, one track of it.
I probably will one day.
Yeah, that'd be special.
Yeah, one day.
I could see you, you know, presenting to an orchestra.
Nice.
That'd be fire.
Yeah.
It's almost like, I mean, although, you know, Kanye is a nutball, but he's sometimes crazy right.
Yeah.
But I will say that's something that he would do. You know, it's like, you know, have like that orchestra, or, you know, I've seen Justin Bieber do it.
Yeah.
There's a handful of artists. So who are some artists you listen to? Who are some artists you listen to today?
Artists I listen to today. I'm a rap fan for sure. I've always been a rap fan. Right now, I would say who I listen to. I like Lil Wayne.
Still listen to him currently?
Yeah, I still listen to him. No, I ain't gonna say on a regular basis, but yeah, Lil Wayne. As far as with R&B, definitely Usher. Still, I still rock with him.
Classics.
Yeah.
The OGs.
Yeah. As far as with female artists, I would say, shoot. I like a lot of 90s R&B.
Okay.
So, you know, like the music today, and it's a little washed up, you know.
Yeah.
It's like it's a lot of remaking going on. It's not really no original sounds really anymore, but the original sound is from 90s.
Yeah.
For sure.
I gotta introduce you to an artist. He's from Bay City, Michigan too. He's from, well, not he's from, but his name is PJ Washington.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's crazy. You know, crazy good on like, you know, just really not only crowd control and just like captivating the crowd, you know, from his vocals, but you know, just a genuine dude. Just wants to see everybody win.
Nice, yeah. I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's in a group called Melomid with like McNast and Spade to Don, Young Flacco.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to. We got to play a song. We definitely got to play some music. I'm definitely excited to hear something.
Yeah.
The track's coming December 31st. What track's your favorite?
My favorite.
Is there a track? Is there a track on there that means a lot to you? Significantly one?
Yeah. Track is called. There's actually two, but one of them that I feel like is something that anybody can rock to, rather if it's a 5-year-old,
okay,
all the way up to a 95-year-old.
Okay.
That song.
All
right
ages for real.
All ages. Like I ain't vulgar on my album. I don't do all that vulgar, all that twerking, all that extra. No. My 7-year-old can listen to my album.
Okay.
And be like, okay, mom.
This is some heat.
Yeah. Let me see. I'll play some. Hold on.
Yeah, we gotta get a sample.
Yeah.
And make sure y'all go tap in. Make sure y'all go shout her out. Cientell. Go tap in. It ain't hard to find her.
Yeah. Let's see. This track right here is called Party Tonight.
Party Tonight.
This is the remix. There's a Party Tonight original, but the remix is different. And the reason I made it the remix is because this lady I met, her name Mary Jones. She was like, I like that song Party Tonight. She was like, you should put out a remix. You should have a rapper on there. So I was like, oh wow, okay. So I was like, well, who should I feature? I was like, you know what? Maybe I should do some rapping on it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you know, like a typical rapper. But I'm like, you know what? I could put something together. So
okay, that's
what I did.
Hey, I'm ready for it.
Tonight.
Drop it on the album, y'all. Tune in. Or you get tuned out. You listen to this shit? What you think of it?
I'm around it all the time.
What you think of it?
It's great.
Yeah, that's all I like to hear.
You deserve it, as we all should. Get up out of your seat, so we can feel this breeze. Head to the party, hands to the sky.
You performed this what's your reaction to the song as you hear it for the 38th
30th time. Maybe you took them with the hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Same reaction every time. Sweet.
Yeah. Why is that song so special to you? Do you feel?
It's special because it's definitely I would call like a grown and sexy track, and it's one of the second tracks off the album where I kind of like took it to another level, and I'm just like, you know what? I mean, I can sing. I mean, I can rap too, but I'm like, sing is kind of like what I love to do. I'm like, I can rap too. Like, let me just.
You were talking spicy, taking them out to a nice little fine and wine. Setting the night in the dress. It was fire.
Yeah.
Kind of take some. You kind of give them a story to
Yeah.
They paint a story for real.
Yeah. And also with that song too, like talks about just life is not always about just working. You gotta actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. Because like I said in the song, the fruits of your labor get dry. They'll dry up.
Yeah.
You'll be like 90 years old, like, dang, I ain't never went to travel, never went out.
Right.
Never did nothing. I just worked my whole life. So
Right.
that's what that song talks about.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where could you see it? What spots? Obviously everywhere. But what places would you like to see that at?
Definitely. That song, the vibe that I hear, like when you're like somewhere in Orlando.
Yeah, it reminds me of some like Florida vibes in the water.
Yeah.
Definitely some all the places around water. I'd be hitting up them DJs. Like, hey, we gotta send a track in to spin.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
So I think I met you through Goldyn Gambit.
Yeah. Shouts out to him too.
Yeah, shout out to Goldyn Gambit. We got an episode coming soon. He's really he put me onto a couple people. There were Jay Steele's in Canada. Have you been out there?
I haven't. I would like to go to Canada.
Yeah, it's fire. 93.3. It's like C's. I got it in the back of my old Suburban. I don't know the exact name, but Jay Steele's is a guy out there that really does good shit for a lot of artists. Whether it's like booking a private viewing for artists, little private showcase, or just getting you on the radio as a live interview and just talking about it. But really it's dope to see Goldyn Gambit, because I feel like he's in a situation where he wants to see a lot of artists win as well.
Yeah.
And
sure.
I feel like talk about kind of just being around that as well. Like what does that mean to you as an artist? To have that type of person around.
I mean, it means a lot because I read it to him on Instagram, and when he put out that the flyer about, hey, we're looking for artists for the show at the Dodge Lounge.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool, yeah. So when I went and then I met him, I was like, wow, like I didn't know he was into like goth and all that. I was like, wow, it's different. But I mean, I'm like, shoot, he's still a dope guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he always he started a community chat on Instagram.
Yeah.
So he's always sharing videos about how artists can get better with content creating, marketing their music, networking amongst other artists. So he's always keeping everybody connected. He's not like, oh, all these eggs are for me. Like I'm not sharing. Like he's always willing to like lend, and help another person get connected. So that's what I like most for sure.
Yeah, he's a great dude. I met him, like you said, through Instagram.
Yeah.
Just like, dang, who is this guy? His energy's crazy.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I gotta have you out for a show. And then he came out to Bay City, and we came back for another show. And since then, I think we've talked about getting on an interview eventually, and it's never aligned just yet. But it's definitely coming. It's definitely coming.
For sure.
But we'll definitely be talking about you in that interview as well. Shouting you out again.
Yeah.
What do you look to accomplish in 2024? Obviously the album's going to be dropping, so it's going to be promoting the album.
Oh yeah, promoting. A little thing that most people don't really know is I battled from stage 3 breast cancer.
Damn.
So with that, I kind of put everything on hold because I wanted to heal. But then like next year, I'm just like, well, I'm pretty much cancer free right now.
Hey, shout out to Cancer Free.
Cancer free.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I'm getting emotional now. Ooh.
Hey, let it out. Those are great tears. Those are great tears.
But next year for sure, I see myself just touring, doing like city tours, just traveling.
Yeah.
Doing a whole lot of traveling, doing shows, getting my own band together, shooting more videos, and I really just want to focus on just getting myself out here.
Yeah.
Times 200, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell that, you know, talking about that definitely, you know, it hits home.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, why is it such a, you know, such a touching subject for you?
Only because, you know, women out here, like they don't really pay attention to what's going on in their body. They're kind of just like out here like, you know, all they care about is their outward appearance. They just care about how they look or whatever and who to impress, and they're so caught up in their careers and stuff. But then it's like, boom, something just hits you hard, like, wow, like cancer or any disease, ovarian cancer, lung cancer, breast cancer. Like when it hits you, you be like, whoa, like I gotta put my life on pause for a minute,
right.
Take care of myself, you know, instead of trying to be out here put on a show for everybody. Like you gotta take care of yourself and your family. If you take care of yourself, that gives you room to take care of your family and take care of what's important. But if you neglect yourself, you're neglecting, you know. So
yeah.
That's I'm glad. I'm not gonna say I'm glad I got cancer, but I'm glad that I was able to experience it and survive it, so that I could go further in life, so I can have a story to tell and be an example for others. You know.
Yeah, that's powerful. You know, I think it's really powerful. I think, you know, whenever you do decide to start up something like that, I definitely would love to get behind it and, you know, help fund that thing up and, you know, really see how much we can do. It's definitely, you know, it's honorable, you know, to hear, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, a lot of people, you know, don't check on themselves. They don't get help. They don't have, you know, and if they do, they're not always, they only do it when they don't feel good, or, you know, it's like, you know, like you said, you know, you never really know, you know, and, you know, there's definitely a cost to everything, but, you know, you don't save in the long run, like, you know, you end up paying it too, but it's definitely great to have you here, like I said, you know, you know, to be that voice for, you know, someone who isn't, you know, because there could be many people who, you know, are possibly going through this issue.
Yeah.
You know, to be a voice, you know, it's definitely something that, you know, I think all high schoolers need to talk about. You know, I don't know how as far middle school, because they're still growing, but, you know, definitely high schoolers and, you know, definitely people, you know, everywhere.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure. I agree.
Wow. Yeah. It's one of those things, like, if my wife were here, she'd be right there with you on the emotional. You know, I remember when, you know, her grandma, you know, she ended up passing of cancer, and it kind of hit her out of nowhere. You know, like she literally was eating with her at Applebee's, and then a week later she had a seizure, and then it was 2 months later she, you know, passed away, and it was everything happened, like she literally experienced like 40 years of death in 2 weeks, and it was just like, holy shit, you know, this is real.
Yeah.
You know, and I just remember, like, I remember how everyone got, you know, all the family, you know, it really showed, like, damn, there were some people that literally were fighting to get her stuff, there were some people that were getting her stuff while she was there, you know, and it's like, holy shit, you know, like, just this time, you know, is so precious with this loved one, you know, and some people can't think about, oh shit, I want these watches or these blankets or these this, I want this the gold, I want necklace, you know, or it's crazy to think.
But overall, you know, it's still great to still be able to do music, do what I love to do.
Yeah.
You know, and of course people, they're always, you know, when they ask me about it, they're like, they expect me to be like depressed and want to give up on life. And it's like, no, if you're able to like survive, you know, and get through that battle, then keep going. Like, just keep going. It's
Get
okay.
through damn near anything now.
yeah, I feel like if I beat that, it's a wrap. Like I could build a my own spaceship and fly to the moon in the next 10 years if I could do that. You know, but yeah, I can. You know, things hit us hard in life to like strengthen us, and just like when when my husband, like, he's always tough on me, and he's like, look, if God gives our hardest battles to the strongest soldiers.
Yeah.
The ones who can like
endure the most.
Yeah, endure the most. Yeah. So,
to be able to hear it straight from you.
Yeah.
It definitely hits home. Just how precious this this life we have is.
Yes.
So definitely take this time, to go call somebody that you love. Go take a 5-minute conversation with somebody that really means a lot to you, because you never know when it could things could be put on. You never know. So merch,
yes.
Yeah, we got merch ideas coming.
I do. I have merch out right now. It's called Sin City.
We definitely need to see it.
Yeah. It's on my Instagram page. It's mainly just t-shirts. I make hooded sports bras. I don't make them myself. They distribute it from another company. But my brand is Sin City. Usually when I'm out doing shows, or when I'm working the day job or whatever, I'll just sell my merch.
Yeah.
And I've been selling a lot lately, so I'm definitely happy about that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have that assistant. I remember when we started, we had that I think it was Shopify.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, this can really help ease some of the stress of not having the blanks on hand, and the material to make it, or this and that. Do you think that you'll ever go to making your own merch?
Maybe not. I ain't really focused on it right now.
Yeah.
But I just use it as just a way to promote my brand or whatever, my music and stuff. So.
Yeah. Where do you feel like the most help has gone from the website?
Where the most? You mean like where the most?
Do you sell online?
I do, but I mainly just buy the merch, and then I'll just I'll buy it and I'll just sell it, like
Okay.
just like when I'm out or whatever.
Have it on hand on.
Yeah, on hand.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely better to do that. More people want to buy it right away than
Right then and there.
wait for
Yeah.
Yeah. I had this conversation recently. It was would you rather spend money and shop online,
Mm-hmm.
or would you rather go inside of a store and spend money? Some people were like, I'd rather shop online. Some people were really mixed about it. Like, well, it depends on certain things.
Yeah, depends, for sure.
Yeah, different things I definitely need to go in and see. But
yeah.
What are some things that you need to see in person? Like,
shoot. Honestly, I like shopping online too. I do, only because I mean, everything's more affordable online. I think, but I mean, I don't really go out and shop at stores really that much like I used to. I mainly just do stuff online.
Yeah, I'm a big shopper.
Okay, I see. It is.
Yeah, it's
it is here.
Yep, it's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like vintage clothes, this is a spot for you. If you like, you can find a little bit of everything. From like sports to anime to Harley Davidson to polo to designer like Bape to Gucci. I sold some Yves Saint Laurent's. Basically, it was probably like last year, and just different items have come into the collection. Some items I'm like, man, I got to keep them.
Yeah.
Some items I'm like, whoo. What do you think is the biggest thing you shop for?
Biggest thing I shop for?
Or the most consistent, aside from like groceries and all that?
Groceries.
Definitely shoes.
Shoes?
I like shoes.
You're a sneakerhead?
Not sneakers.
You're just a shoe head?
Yeah, just shoe head.
Just the designer, boots, all types of fashion?
Yeah, I like fashion. Like anytime I'm doing a music video or a photo shoot, I buy a bunch of stuff online. that is like real affordable, and I'll just like put stuff together, just put outfits together and stuff. So,
the passion for fashion, y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's it's a gift. It's a gift to have. A lot of people, I've had a lot of people hit me up for plug packs or style me packs and just different things. And I'm trying to get into more of like posting fits and posting options and getting them out there. But yeah, I definitely I come up with some crazy fits. I think you might have seen like a crazy fit that I was wearing that night, but usually it's like
a crazy stuff you fit on.
It's like it's pretty wild. I feel like to me like my fit is everything too. I got a passion for fashion, and just I put on some of the most outlandish stuff though. I see like some coveralls that are huge. I'm like, oh god, I need to stuff them in with some boots, or vice versa. Where's the craziest hat? I just got these two bape bandana like headbands or like sweatbands. And I don't even know how I'm gonna wear them, but I know I'm gonna have to incorporate it into some crazy.
For sure.
If you could have a Cientell McDonald's meal, you going to McDonald's often? They hook you up with a meal.
McDonald's, that'd probably be the last meal I have before I be on my deathbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't eat at McDonald's.
Where do you eat at?
Where do I eat at? Shoot, as far as fast food.
Yeah.
Dave's Hot Chicken,
They
Captain
fast,
Jay's. Yeah, they still consider fast food.
Dave's Hot Chicken.
It's fried chicken.
Fast
Really,
food.
it's fast food.
Yeah.
Dave's Hot Chicken, you gotta wait at least 15 minutes, so I'll consider it fast. But Dave's Hot Chicken for sure.
Dave's Hot Chicken's gas.
Savvy Sliders.
Definitely Savvy Sliders.
Oh, it used to be Five Guys.
Yeah,
You could never go wrong with a Fast Guys burger.
Five Guys, they were generous
There's
with
just
the fries.
so much fries, yeah.
They're generous. They were just like...
That's what you're paying top dollar for. You're getting extra fries because they're
but
looking
you can
it
get
up.
whatever you want on it with no extra charge.
I will say that a fire spot, D'Angelo's.
What's that all about?
It's here in Bay City.
Okay. What they
The
say?
best burgers.
Okay.
They got a little bit of everything. They got a crazy menu, but the burgers, phenomenal. If you guys are getting food in the area, I definitely recommend them. Uptown Grill is really fire before 3. The Stock Pot, if you can't make it there. There's some really good restaurants. Mandy's Diner, fire. Or if you like, Chinese, they got a Chen's Buffet in Saginaw. Woo!
Nobody goes to Sag Nasty anymore.
Yeah, I still do for the Chens. I still do it. I love me some Chens. It's pretty good. Any goals for like performing in any spots?
I definitely see myself opening up for, some major artists that come. Like if they're on tour and they're looking for opening acts, I would love to see myself perform at Little Caesars Arena, maybe for like a halftime show.
That'd be dope.
I've seen. I think the last game I went to at the Pistons game, it was we was playing LeBron James actually. We was playing the Lakers, and I think it was a rapper that performed. I think his name's
Skillababy.
Skillababy, yeah. I was like, wow, he's a local artist. I'm like, I can perform. Why not?
Yeah.
So I definitely would love to do a halftime show. I think that'd be fire.
Yeah. Skillababy. He I have a dude. He's in prison right now, but he'll be out soon. Yeah. Toby 989. He had a deal to get like a Skillababy feature for like $1,000.
$1,000, wow.
And Skillababy never did it. So like he was gonna keep his money, and a bunch of people ended up like, tagging him and be like, hey, come on, give Toby his money back, like give him, and basically then he finally did, and but it was just like dang, and then after that it was like, he like blew up. Yeah. I'm sure in Detroit he's huge. Everybody wants to perform. Everybody wants him to perform.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, I think that would be definitely a halftime show, for sure. I'd like to do a show like if you know how they have like those R&B tours here. It'd be like Monica, Ashanti, Tank, all of them. They, if they had like a opening spot, like a spot for like an opening act, I
Yeah.
definitely like to hop on one of those for sure.
Yeah, that definitely. Your manager, right? You the manager?
Who said you ain't going anywhere near out of track with Tank?
Well, don't worry about Tank. We met Tank years ago. Tank, he don't like Tank.
Why not?
You did an interview with.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was an interview.
It wasn't an interview. It was a.
This man went off and said,
It was like a listening part.
man, if a man wants to give
Oh.
you head, that's not gay.
Oh, you talking about an interview that Tank did? That was some weird shit. But no, when we met him, it was at a listening party.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
But-
dope.
yeah,
Yeah, he's huge.
he is. Yeah, he is.
Like big time. He's like a lot of people when they talk about R&B, it's him. He's definitely a name that's him. Obviously the Chris Browns, even though
Women beaters of the world.
Hey, as they say about R. Kelly, Chris Brown, whatever the case may be, even though they say bad things,
You
they're
beat by
still
Riri, you don't beat by
listening
Riri.
to the music.
Yeah, the music
The
speaks.
talent never dies.
Yep.
And Mr. R&B 2.0 would tell me that the talent never dies, and it's definitely he's one that I definitely want to link you up with. He's got a powerful R&B voice as well. Mac Jovi, another one in Saginaw, really good dude.
Nice.
Those are like the three that I would consider like top dogs of like R&B that I've heard. Who do you want to shout out? Anybody in Detroit that's really good that should be getting more awareness?
I would say in Detroit.
Or anywhere, anywhere in your circle or in your friends group.
Anywhere. There's this artist. Her name is Alicia Sun.
Alicia Sun.
I did a show with her like in 2000 and what was that? 2020? Might have been 2019. I was pregnant at the time, and she was looking for an opening act for her show. She actually is right now in. She's not in Michigan. She lives in. She gonna be mad if she see this interview. I should know where she
if
lives,
she's
but-
fire, we're gonna have to get her to perform here.
Yeah,
we have to
yeah.
book her for a show.
Yeah, she was in LA. That's where she was originally from, and then I think she's in Nashville right now.
No, yeah, she's doing big things for sure. Then
Yeah.
you know it.
Yeah, she's more of like an R&B jazz artist.
Okay.
Phenomenal
Hey, I'm gonna
artist.
look you up. I'm gonna look you up,
Yeah.
Alicia's son, and
Yeah.
hey, shout out you for shouting me out. I definitely will. We'll have to play a little something of yours when we play a couple songs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we got a couple songs I want to play for you to see what you think.
Okay.
You can just put up any Mac Jovi song.
Joey, okay.
And then obviously you heard PJ Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember his voice?
No, I wouldn't know when I hear it. I just know his name though.
Well, let's play a song by him.
PJ.
Yes, P.J. Washington.
Is that like his YouTube? Pete?
Yeah.
Washington. J. Washington.
And you can look up some more. Yeah, he's fire. When you make music, talk about the process.
When I make music, usually it is a process because sometimes I don't just. I'm kind of more of like how Lil Wayne is when he'll make a song. He don't really write, so it's kind of like he hear a nice beat, he'll just go with what comes to him.
Okay.
That's kind of like how I am.
Nice.
Where I don't just be like, you know what, I'm about to talk about this. It's kind of just like when even because I write my own stuff too. So it's like when I write, I'll just write how I feel in the moment. Or maybe if I'm thinking about something and I'm just like, you know what, instead of me journaling it, I'll just write a song.
Yeah.
And I'll just do that, and then I'll compose some music to it, and then just go in the studio. I'll record some on my phone first. Like, all right, I'm gonna make this the rough draft.
Yeah.
And then when I go to the big studio, I go up in there and I just knock it out. I don't I'm being there for 8 hours on one song.
Right.
I be at home and I work on it at home. Get to the studio, be done in like 30 minutes.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's done. I'm like, you know what? Because when I go in the studio, I go in there like I'm actually on the stage. So
Nice.
I'll go in there and practice. I prepare at home, practice at home. Then when I get to the studio,
See, that's a lesson to a lot of people because I feel like we talk about this often is
yeah,
ways to save money. You know, if you're not recording at home, you need to be efficient when you go to the studio. I mean, if you don't
Yeah.
care about spending 3 hours on a song, you know, just
Right.
bullshit. If you can afford that shit, okay, keep doing it. But in the long term, and I feel like I've seen so many artists go into a studio session and not know what song they're doing,
yeah,
not know what, you know, this, and it's like, hey, you got a block, you know, we got another person, 2 hours, you got
yeah.
2 hours to figure out this shit, and if you don't, and it's like, you will get only so much done in 2 hours. It's like, dang, that shit could have been, you know, so much more efficient. So it's really good to hear you say, you know, that, and just how efficiency is, you know, important to you, because,
yeah.
you know, it shows. You
Yeah,
know?
because I mean, like, because I was, for a while, I was just a studio artist where I'll just be like, you know what, like, I ain't doing any live shows or anything. I'll just be at home and just, like, practice and write and rehearse. And then when I get to a studio, I'm like, okay, I'm going to treat this like this is a live show. Like, I'll come in there and be like, where did this go? Or you think how this sounds? I do that at home.
Yeah.
Or I do that and rehearse at home. And then when I get to the studio, I can knock out 2 songs an hour.
That's good.
You know, it just, not to brag, but it's just when you just practice, when you get to the studio, you ain't gotta, you could do like 3-4 songs in like 2 hours.
Yeah,
You know?
especially if that's consistent.
Yeah.
You know, that's really, really, really good.
Yeah, like you could, like if it was up to me, you know, I literally would just do like 2 albums in a month.
Yeah.
You know, just knock it out.
Knock it out and just put it on ice.
Yeah, put it on ice. That's it.
Nice. So are you currently, I know you're starting your own label, you know, talks about that, you know, in the near future, you know, but if, you know, is there a certain label that, you know, you would like to get signed to? I know, although you're fielding offers and, you know, staying independent.
Let me see. I did my research on a few labels.
So everyone talks about Empire. Everyone says Empire is the best independent label there is.
They're independent?
You know?
Okay, where are they based out of? I heard about it, but
I don't know. New York? I don't know. Maybe Cali? Maybe the Bay. I don't know.
Okay.
I think Cali. But
Okay.
but yeah, there has been, you know, artists, you know, from, we'd have to, you can look at this list. I'm gonna pop a list up of all the Empire artists. A lot of artists.
Where did they come out? Like out of Michigan, or just like,
Everywhere. I
everywhere?
think man, there's Sueno. You know Sueno? You know Big Bert?
Yeah, Big
It's
Bird.
it's Sueno's older brother.
Okay. Okay.
So they're both fire making music.
Yeah.
So like they're both who else? I don't know if Big Bird signed yet. I know he was there was talks about it.
Mhm.
You know, I think Sueno has one more album he has to drop. It's like Relax We're Doomed. It's coming soon.
Nice.
But I think he's dropped a snippet, you know, of one of the tracks, because
Yeah.
I don't know if you follow Sueno at all, but
No, I
yeah, he's fire. He's fire. You gotta check him out. If you like Big Bert, you'll love Sueno.
don't. Okay.
I remember following Big Bert because of Sueno. He had like a mixtape or whatever with Sueno,
Okay.
and they had songs together, and I was like, oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Close this thing out.
Yeah.
What are some you know, closing statement words you want to leave with them?
Well, if you all would like to follow me on Instagram, you can. Definitely, it's spelled Cientell. That's my Instagram name. Go on my website. Pre-order. Well, before you pre-order, you know, I know whenever you're buying something, you want to try it before you buy it. So, just go on my website, cientell.bandcamp.com.
Dot what?
Bandcamp.com.
Bandcamp.
Yeah, Bandcamp. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna drop it in. If you guys aren't looking at it and you're not going to it, there's a problem.
Yeah, just go on there. Just listen to my whole album. You could listen to the whole entire album before it even drops. And if you like it, pre-order it. And then, you know, when it drops December 31st,
Listen to it some more.
Yep, listen to it some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
Like I said, Vintage Corner is dropping soon. We're gonna have that thing coming.
Nice.
Yeah, just stay on the alert. I'll definitely keep you updated with you know, shows and, you know, opportunities and stuff from this end. Cause I know you're already gonna, you know, do the same on that end.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Episode 308, y'all. Make sure you go tap in. Make sure you go follow. Make sure you go show some love. Share, like, comment, subscribe. You know, do the whole thing. We're gonna drop all of her pages. She's gonna drop all the shout outs. Anybody want to shout out?
Shoot. Shout out to Detroit Brows. That's her name on Instagram. Really great brow. I call her brow artist. She's really good at like arching eyebrows. Definitely shout out to her. Yeah.
Shout out to Detroit Brows.
Yep.
I might have to, you know, I usually let my stuff go a little bit, I'll be honest, you know, but, you know, I usually get the Anthony Davis where I start to get a uni, you know, and you know, that wife has to bend me over her lap and just get to town.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna holler at you, Detroit Brows. I'm gonna let you know. Hey, till next time, y'all.